Hello and welcome. My name is Marie and this is my yarn journey. I thought I'd sit in front of the tree today and do the video like this, but for some reason it doesn't seem to be working very well, so we might be back to sat on the sofa next week. Vinny's getting involved in the video though because I'm sat on the floor. I hope you are well, that you're having a good run up to Christmas. Are you ready yet for Santa? I've still got a few bits to get. We had a lovely time on Sunday. We went out to, to visit my partner's daughter and grandchildren, which was really, really nice. It was lovely to see them and spend some time together. And Vinny, what are you doing? Come out from there. And yeah, other than that, it's just normal day to day, working and like I say, yeah, getting the last few bits of presents and food all ordered in time for Christmas Day. I've not got masses to talk to you about today, but yeah, mainly just working on my 2 Advent projects, and I've started a new festive book. My prize has arrived from the Yarn and Glitter sock cal that I joined in with in November, which is really exciting. I'm not sure when I'm going to cast that on, but it might be a treat for this weekend. And what else do I want to tell you about? I'm not sure. Today I'm wearing my stripe height by Veronica Lindbergh. Now I'm not sure if I had this on last week in the video, but it's lovely, cosy and warm and fits me well. So, you know, it's time of year where the knitted sweaters are on rotation. And yeah, shall we get into the first thing that I want to show you? And that is my Scrappy Blanket. Now I've got lots of ends that need weaving in, so that's going to be a task for this weekend. I've got my lovely festive needle stoppers on here, which I absolutely love. The Christmas trees are my favourite ones. And I'll hold it up close so you can see. Yet again, I've still made some mistakes. I'm not sure how. Really just shows me that I can't count and can't memorise a pattern for love nor money. So if I mention on here that I've managed to memorise a pattern repeat, anyone can do it because it's that easy. And yeah, it's coming along really, really nicely. Full disclosure, I haven't kept up with it this week because the Glittering Snowscapes by Stephen West, which is my other pattern, has been taking up all my time and I'm not up to date with that. May have bitten off more than I can chew, but hey ho. So yeah, and I'm thinking this is looking really, really nice. I am up to date with this now, apart from I haven't added in today's stripe. I was hopeful that I'd do 2, but because I've started this other project, that's not happening. But I may get a bit more done in January. This is the Incredible Blanket by Pearl Soho, if I didn't say, and it's just literally all my random leftovers, scraps, little 10-gram minis going into this, and I absolutely love knitting on it in December. But yeah, I think this weekend I want to get all these ends weaved in that haven't been done so far, and I keep this in the cocoon tree bag that I got at Yarndale a couple of years ago. I'm absolutely loving the fact that all my scraps and stuff are being organised, because every time I've done a stripe out of this now, I'm always left with a ball that at the moment, anyway, from my Advent, that is under 10 grams. So what I'm doing is I'm just chucking that straight into my pot in the cupboard, and probably I can work back through them again once my basket down here is empty as well. So, or put them into another Scrappy Blanket project, which will be very, very nice, because I'm thinking, and I don't know if anyone's done it, because for my next project, I think I want a blanket that I can use up every bit of yarn in. So with this one, I could have done that, but I decided to do stick to the stripes in the pattern because I think that's more effective for that particular one, and do so although I can repeat colours and all that, I am literally, unless I've got enough to do that 2-row repeat, which is 1 stripe, I'm not putting that. So I'll have stuff that's under 5 grams, just get my coffee, that I can't put into that blanket. So I'm thinking, if my next blanket that I start, my scrappy one, once I've finished that one, if I do one that is, I can literally, sometimes you can do 1 gram, 2 gram, whatever. I know there's a crochet one that Laura Penrose was doing, and I might give that a go, but I do prefer knitting over crochet, and I'm more likely to pick it up, I think, if I'm doing knitting. Now, one that I've thought about, and I know I could just probably do like a garter stitch, whatever's, but I think the Cozy Throw by Homespun House is one that I'm thinking of. I know that what quite a lot of people do is they use a main colour, because it's 2 fingerings held together to make a marl for that one, and I thought that would be quite good with the scraps and leftovers. It's just whether I want to use a main colour and buy some yarn for that, or whether I just want to literally hold 2 strands together and when one runs out, start the next one. Who knows? What do you think? Okay, so the next project, which I have just mentioned, and unfortunately I'm really sorry, I am halfway through a row, but it's just the way it's happened today. I don't normally leave it halfway through a row, but I got carried away, and then I realised it was school run, and I'm trying to be very, very careful doing this to make sure that I don't make any more mistakes. So I'll hold it up. I am using for this the Fibre Fox Advent from last year, and I got the 24-day mini skein fade, and I got 20 gram minis and in 4-ply. And this is the Glittering Snowscapes by Stephen West. Now, there's a tale to tell with this. I probably would have been further along, but one of the sections was, so I started off really well, I was really enjoying it. I only started this on December the 2nd because I got the inspiration from Emma at Yarn and Glitter, because she started doing a sweater, and I'd been umming and ahhing about this Advent for ages. I did talk about it last week more. So I thought I would just do this pattern with it and challenge myself. She's challenged herself to do a sweater, and she's been knitting up her minis, and I thought, I've been, you know, umming and ahhing what to do with this Advent for ages, and I wanted the fade to shine because I really like the colours, and yeah, I started this. So it was all going pretty well. I wasn't up to date, but I was quite busy at the weekend, so I didn't get much time to catch up. Saturday I did a lot of knitting, but Sunday I couldn't really, although I did do some in the car. But unfortunately what happened was, when I got to this section here, yeah, I really struggled. When there's a lot of yarn overs in a pattern, for some reason I really struggle to read my knitting, and so I can do quite a few rows before I realise it's gone wrong, or I need quite a good section of lace before I can read the knitting really well and know if I'm going wrong or not. And yeah, it ended up where I was about halfway through, and I just took it off the needles and ripped it all back because it just did not look right at all. So I've managed to fix that, thankfully, and then with going back and doing it again, when I got halfway through again, I was looking at my knitting and I could really read it. I just needed to focus really on the knitting without having any distractions. And then I have carried on down and done. There has been a little bit of fudging, because as I say, sometimes with yarn overs, I don't know what it is with me. It's each section in itself, they do seem to go wrong, sorry. or I end up on the wrong stitch count, or 1 or 2 stitches out because I've missed a yarn over. But what I would say is, apart from this pattern in the centre here, this, I think it's called a leaf motif or something along those lines, the rest of the sections have been pretty easy. What I would say is that nothing in this pattern is overly complicated. You know, it's knits, purls, yarn overs, knit 2 togethers, SSK. It's all stitches you've done before. It's just that the sequence in which they're done. What I find hard with it, and what why I've struggled as well, is because I find it hard to read my knitting with the yarn overs. If I am doing a lace pattern normally or some sort of pattern repeat on a garment sized or a larger project, I will put markers between each of the repeats, and that way I can easily keep track of where I'm up to on the row, check which, you know, that each, and it's only one little tiny section then of a repeat that if you've gone wrong, you know, you can just tink back. So I think with that section I tinked back and then I just ripped it back, and yeah, excuse me, I got there in the end, but it was quite a challenge. And I was thinking when I was knitting it, why have I put myself through this challenge? But overall, the rest of the project has been an absolute pleasure to knit. Like I say, if you take it slowly, take it row by row, it's not difficult. It just seems to be that for some reason with yarn overs, I can't seem to keep on track. But I'm really loving how the fade is working up. I'm glad I've done this pattern for it. I'm starting to get into the purples now. This is colour 8 for day 8. So I'm a little bit behind, which is a bit of a shame. But this weekend I should get a bit more time for knitting. So I'm hopeful that by the end of the weekend I'll be caught up. But next week I'm very, very busy with work. So I'm not sure next week if there will, hopefully there will be a Friday chat, but we shall see. And just depends if I get time to record more than anything. It might be that I have to record it later than normal. But yeah, I know that a few of you said you'd done the glittering snowscapes in the comments last week. So if you've done it, how did you find this section? Did you find it easy? Did you find it challenging? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm liking the colours. This is the Fibre Fox I've bent, as I said, and I think that is turning out beautiful. I will look forward to blocking this at the end to see. The only other issue I've got, which I can't really show you, is that I'm worried that my I-cord is a little bit tight. I have been sewing in some of my ends as I've gone along as well, which I'm quite pleased about. I've just been hiding them in the I-cord. So yeah, there's not much more to say about that. Because I've just been working solidly on those 2 projects, there's not really a lot to say other than that, update you on those. I have moved on to my Christmas book now. So I finished When the Moon Hatched, which I really, really enjoyed. I hope there's a follow-up to that. I don't know if there will be. But this is Good Spirits by B.K. Bronson. Is it No, Borison. And this is like a modern day, why can't I remember the name of it now? Christmas Carol. Is that what it's called? Scrooge, anyway. It's a modern day Scrooge, isn't it? And with at the moment it's the ghost, yes, and there's a romantic twist. So yeah, I am really enjoying it. It's very, very fun. But to be fair, I've been getting to bed a little bit later than normal because we've been watching. It's an older series. It's Spartacus, because it's just there's a new season out, so we've just been watching that. And My prize arrived. This is the beautiful yarn that I won in the Yarn and Glitter sock along, and I'm very much looking forward to knitting this up. It's called Mrs. Claus, and it's got brown here and a yellowy gold, and then it's got a pop of pink here and a bit of a paler pink, and then the main colour, and also it is got stellina in, so it's nice and sparkly. Now I don't know whether I should cast this on at the weekend or whether I should wait, because I'm not going to have much time to knit. I'm tempted with this because what I wanted to try doing, and so I've really enjoyed doing the DK weight Fleagle heel socks. Now the purple ones, I was naughty. I didn't put them into my box of socks, and I have actually worn them. Sorry, I got distracted then because I can see the dog watching me from his chair over there. Yeah, so I did those purple ones, if you saw. They fit me beautifully before and after block. I was really pleased with them. And then I wore them and they went extremely baggy. So I'd really appreciate, I know there's a few of you who watch the videos that have done that Fleagle heel 2 at a time pattern that I've done, or use the Fleagle heel in your socks. So my thoughts were, right, well, if that's the case, if it goes baggy as I'm wearing it, I probably need to just go down a few stitches. So I think I did 48 stitches for that DK sock. So I was thinking, should I try 46? Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you've had that same issue before. It's not going to bother me. I really like wearing those socks, and but yeah, you know, I would like to get the right fit. And what I was thinking of doing with this is doing that Fleagle heel pattern, and why I wanted to ask you, this is fingering weight, but my thoughts are do them 2 at a time, split this into 2 50-gram balls, and hold it double and see what length of socks I can get out of, because I've got lots of 4-ply. I know I can do a 4-ply pair, and I can probably get a longer pair and a shorty out of 100 grams, but I just wanted to see if I held it double, if I could actually get a decent length full pair of DK socks out of this. And I thought it might be quite nice. It would mix up the colours more. But what do you think? Should I do that? Should I not? It's definitely going to be socks anyway, because I'm really enjoying knitting on socks at the moment. And yeah, I think that's everything I've got to talk to you about today. It seems like it's quite a short episode, so apologies if you were wanting something a bit meatier, but I've not really got a lot to say when I'm just working on those 2 projects. And yeah, busy working now for the next week. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.